Today's video is one I never thought I'd make because it's a playthrough with a middle evolution. And it's the first time that my girlfriend is not my girlfriend anymore, because she evolved when I gave her a ring stone. For this video, I felt that I needed to pick a middle evolution that was elegant, pretty, and powerful. In all of Generation 1, I couldn't pick a better Pokemon than Dragonair. It's a cool blue color, has cupid wings for ears, 2 elegant balls on its tail, this cute little elegant necklace ball thing, and a tiny little horn. I set out to make the video, I filmed the playthrough, wrote notes, and prepped almost everything, and then I told my fiance about it. And you know what she said? So when we get married, I'm gonna be a Dragonite? Okay, I see my error. Today, I nicknamed my Dragonair GF because for this channel, my fiance's nicknamed girlfriend. Long live the meme. Here are the rules for today's playthrough. I've also left them in the description so that you can reference them later if you need to. At a first glance, Dragonair's starting moveset seems like something out of my childhood nightmares. Wrap is the only damage-dealing move. There is no hope that Dragonair is going to one-shot anything anytime soon. But this moveset is actually a lot better than you'd think, especially when combined with Dragonair's stats. It has a less than desirable HP and defense, but its attack is great, and both its special and speed are very usable. Against the optional rival, I get my first chance to demonstrate the powerful synergy within this moveset. With Dragonair's high base speed and Thunder Wave on my side, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be moving first on most turns, and that means that I'm able to trap my opponent with Wrap. In Generation 1, Wrap cancels the opponent's move selection and prevents them from attacking until it's run its full course. If the user is faster, then they get a chance to use Wrap again before the other Pokemon even gets to attack. The only downside of this strategy is that Wrap only has an accuracy of 85%. Funnily enough, in Red and Blue, competitive Dragonite is used this way with Agility Wrap and potentially Thunder Wave. Dragonite's perfect for this strategy because the inconsistency of Wrap is made up for with bulk and orangeness. With less bulk and defense, I'm less confident with Dragonair. I'm also going to need to watch my PP today using this Horned Snake Dragon because Wrap depletes really quickly. Just before we move on, I have a fun fact about Wrap. While it can't deal damage to Ghost-type Pokemon, it does prevent them from attacking for the duration of the move. Oh, Generation 1, you're so fantastically broken and interesting. While Thunder Wave has made the optional rival trivial, it won't do the same for Brock. Geodude should be manageable because Wrap will be doing between 2 and 5 damage a turn, but Onix is surprisingly fast. Both Dragonair and Onix have the same base speed, 70, but I have the advantage of having perfect DVs and stat experience on my side. I defeat the junior trainer in Brock's gym and level up to level 11. Now I have 24 speed, and Onix only has 23. Unfortunately, for my real time, I do need to head back to Nurse Joy to replenish my PP after taking out the junior trainer, and then I'm ready for Brock. Geodude is first. I start off by using 3 Leers to lower its defense. Wrap is now doing more than 1 damage. This is required because Onix has insane defense, and I need to make my PP last until I finish it off. Dragonair knocks the Geodude out with 14 PP remaining. Now it's time for Onix, Brock's Rock Hard Snake versus my Fast Snake with concerningly small amounts of PP. Again, I start using Leer. After 4, my health is so low that I don't want to risk it anymore. It's time to use Wrap. It takes a long time, but I bring Onix all the way down to a sliver of health. 2 PP remaining. If Wrap misses twice, all this time is going to be wasted. I use it, it connects, and Onix faints. Dragonair has earned the Boulder Badge now, and with it comes a 12.5% boost to its attack stat. And this is immediately going to be helpful on the next route, where once again, PP is key. I use Leer to minimize the number of times I use Wrap, but even when I'm doing that, I have to make one trip back to Pewter City to heal. In Mount Moon, I pick up the TM for Water Gun. It's a great solution for rock types. Also, it's going to be really nice to not have to use Wrap anymore. Competitively, it might be a great move with Dragonite, but when I'm timing myself in a playthrough, Wrap just really sucks. Against some Pokemon, it's still obviously the best option though, like the Super Nerd's Coughing. My fiance and I actually went to a mall, and then I saw this guy. Like, this is the perfect Stuffy. I am in love. I impulse bought it, thanks for supporting me on Patreon, and now he gets to sit beside me when I work on these videos. When we were at the store, I also got my girlfriend this Dratini because, well, she metaphorically just evolved from it. On my way into Cerulean City, I try to catch a Spearow, but no luck for me today. Great. And then I face the rival on Nugget Bridge. I paralyze Spearow, use Leer, and then I use Wrap. I'm doing this to avoid more Leers and Growls. I don't want my stats messed up for the rest of the fight. Next is Sandshrew, and it's going to get 1 turn in. Unfortunately, it uses the best move in the world and sprays sand in Dragonair's beautiful face. Rude. The rat is next. I use Water Gun, it does a lot less than I thought it would, and then Hyper Fang does massive damage. Spearo's single leer is putting in work. Because I'm faster than the rat, I use Wrap and knock it out. Eevee's last. I paralyze it and then I use Wrap. It misses, Eevee tackles, I miss Wrap again, and then Eevee gives Dragonair its first reset. So while I really thought Water Gun was going to solve some of my problems, I think that Wrap is probably just the best move here. It's the most consistent strategy. Using it on my second fight, I'm able to defeat him. Nugget Bridge is painfully slow because I need to use a lot of potions. Also, Wrap and Water Gun just really isn't a speedy combination. I have to head back and heal once before I complete the entire route. Misty is Dragonair's next obstacle, but here her good AI is going to prevent the Starfish Pokemon from using their powerful Water-type moves. That means Tackle is the only thing they have against me. I paralyze Staryu and then I set up one turn of Agility. This ensures that I'll outspeed the following Starmie. Now I can spam Wrap and take an easy victory over the Water Leader. Don't call me sweetie, only my fiancé can do that. After Misty, I teach Dragonair Bubble Beam. Sometimes it makes sense to teach this later on, like saving it for Giovanni's Ride-On for example, but today I need it right away. I grab the hidden full restore in the tunnel and then I go head to head with the Pidgey Junior trainer. Bubble Beam is on my moveset just for this fight. Doing a lot of damage to her Pokemon and having a move that has 100% accuracy is key, because every turn she has a chance to use Sand Attack. I manage her without issues and then I'm moving on. On the SSN, I pick up TM44, my favorite move, Rest. I probably won't even use it. I just gotta get it. Now I have to make a choice for Dragonair, Body Slam or the Wrap Agility Thunder Wave combo. Since I value my time, and I need to play like 12 playthroughs per versus video nowadays, I decide to go for Body Slam. Good riddance, Wrap. You might be really powerful, but you're really not fun to use. Surge opens with Raichu. I move too fast, misclick on Bubble Beam, and do pathetic damage. Good thing he uses an X speed. Raichu uses Thunderbolt, which I resist, and it only does 1/4 to me. Body Slam takes him to orange, Raichu Mega Punches, gets a crit, and takes Dragonair all the way down to 4 hit points. Okay, things are not looking good. My next Body Slam connects, but Raichu survives, and then Surge's AI hands me a free win by using Growl. I really should have been punished for my mistake there though. On the way to Diglett's cave, I pick up Squirtle, dig back to Cerulean, and grab the bike. Next is the Wrapping Lass. Now, a disadvantage of Dragonair that I haven't mentioned yet is its slow leveling rate. Because of it, I'm only level 24 despite facing the typical amount of trainers, and that means that Body Slam doesn't one-hit the Oddish. It paralyzes me, and now with 1/4 speed, the Bellsprout can wrap. They sort of actually look like a microphone, so like maybe she like sings into them. Anyways, this fight's really annoying, but Dragonair does end up making it through. In order to make Rock Tunnel a little bit faster, I choose to teach Dragonair Thunderbolt. It's really great against the Slowpoke here. The Hiker is easy with Bubble Beam, and with that the early game is over. Kanto really opens up now. I grab Ice Beam and then some vitamins. Second, I catch a flying Pokemon because I wasn't lucky enough to earlier, and then I face the rival in Pokemon Tower, and despite my moveset's diversity, this really doesn't go as smoothly as I would have liked. I really think it's the fact that Dragonair just hasn't leveled up very much to this point. Normally, I'm around level 31 for this fight. After I defeat Jesse and James, I teach Dragonair Ice Beam. This will be useful against Erica, and because I have this move now, and I have a slow leveling rate, I decide to take my time and train in her gym with super effective damage. With that out of the way, I'm ready to face her. Note, I intentionally went into this fight poisoned to avoid sleep from Weepinbell and Gloom. I'm banking on the fact that Ice Beam will get me through the fight fast enough that the poison damage won't be too much. I get a lucky freeze on Tangela on the first turn. I take this opportunity to set up agility, ensuring that I'll outspeed, and it also raises my attack in the process because of the badge boost glitch. From there, Body Slam knocks Tangela out, Weepinbell's next. I use Body Slam, expecting to one-hit, but it survives. Erica has good AI though, so she can only use Acid against me, and Dragonair takes very little damage from it. Thinking about this again, she probably wouldn't use Sleep Powder just because it's a grass-type move. So I think in retrospect, Poison was a bad idea. Either way, I'm able to take the victory against her. Now it's time to train. Cycling Road is where I start. I grab the rare candy and PP up. In the Safari Zone, I grab some vitamins and key items required for progression through the story. I took out the mandatory trainers in Koga's gym before I head to Saffron to further my training in the dojo. Dragonair gains levels so slowly. I haven't trained this much in so long. Finally, I'm level 42, and I think that I'm probably ready to take on the Sylph rival. Ice Beam doesn't one-shot the Sandslash, and that's a bad sign. Ninetales is next, and it's quite weak in this fight, so I decided to set up Agility here. But I don't have the Volcano badge to boost my special yet, and as a result, Cloyster survives Thunderbolt. It uses Aurora Beam, and one-shots Dragonair with a critical hit. Okay, I can do this again. It's really unlikely that the Cloyster is going to get another crit. This time I one-shot the Sandslash, I set up on the Ninetales, and then I one-hit the Cloyster with my own critical hit. Okay, that feels good. Kadabra's easy because I have Agility to help me move first, and his Ace Jolteon is last. Body Slam does more than half, paralyzes it, and that prevents it from moving. Okay, so I've won that one. Now, it's really rare for me to say this, but Giovanni and Sylph was sort of scary today. Because I'm not one-hitting any members of his team, they're all doing damage to me along the way, and I have no way to recover. I still do manage to win, but it wasn't the usual stomp that I'm expecting. Next, I pick up Mimic, sell items, buy some vitamins, and then head to Koga's gym. Whoops, I really didn't want to fight this guy actually. Honestly, he's a terrifying trainer because he has a level 38 Hypno. It does more than half damage to me before I finally take it out with Body Slam. Now it's Koga time. All of his Venonats are 2 hits, and that leaves me open for status conditions. The second one confuses me, but Dragonair takes its revenge by freezing the third. I take this opportunity to set up Agility before moving on to the Venomoth. This Fairy Ice type is Dragonair's worst enemy. I use Ice Beam, it does so little. I switch to Thunderbolt because obviously I don't know Venomoth's typing or stats. And finally I figure it out, use Body Slam, it paralyzes, and with that I take the victory. In Pokemon Mansion, I collect the last vitamins of the run, and then I face Blaine. Over the last little while, I've really grown to hate him, especially because he ruined many of my Porygon attempts. It feels really bad losing to him just because of how bad he is in Red and Blue as well. It's sort of like losing to Bruno in Generation 2. The reason I face him before Sabrina today is because I want the special stat boost for that fight. Plus, Dragonair resists Fire-type moves, so I thought that it wouldn't be a problem. However, my level and my lack of recovery are going to make this a little bit harder than I expected. I'm only level 45 and Body Slam isn't doing much, and Blaine slowly melts me over the first fight. I try again right away, because honestly I'm just kind of pissed at Blaine, like he's so frustrating. And this was not a good decision. I probably should have used rare candies or tried to train in Sabrina's gym. Ninetales does almost half before I knock it out, Rapidash gets 1 stomp off, taking me down to 36 health, and that's not a good position to be in when I have to face a level 54 Arcanine next. And then magic happens. Like when I met my girlfriend. Body Slam paralyzes, and with that Arcanine is reduced to a useless mess, like I was the first time I saw her. We were actually hanging out with mutual friends at a restaurant, and then she just got up and started walking in my direction. I thought oh, she's cute. And then my brain panicked, and I'm like, what should I do? And the obvious choice, of course, was to wave at her. So she walked right past me, and then I just retreated to the washroom to hide the embarrassment. Turns out she was also internally panicking with all the new people around, so she just didn't see me waving at her. With Blaine out of the way, I trained in Sabrina's gym. Thunderbolt and Body Slam are a winning combo in here to make most of these trainers easy, so it's fast experience to gain. Sabrina's next, and I'm worried. I have to take the Abra out as fast as possible to avoid getting hit with Flash over and over. Thankfully, Dragonair outspeeds and gets the job done. Kadabra's next. Sabrina uses X-Defend, Body Slam still does half, and paralyzes, allowing me to move first and finish it off. Alakazam. Please don't ruin Dragonair's day. Please. Sabrina uses X-Defend, Body Slam does just under half, Alakazam uses Psychic, takes me down to just under nice health, and then my Body Slam doesn't crit. That allows Alakazam to heal up with Recover. And it just does this over and over. Finally, I score a crit and finish the fight. So my day's not ruined. Giovanni's next. I one-shot Dugtrio with Ice Beam, and then I freeze the Persian. This could not have started off better. I set up because I have the time, and then I knock it out. Ice Beam doesn't knock out the Nidoqueen, but it does pathetic damage before fainting. I'll probably one-shot the Nidoking anyways. Oh wait, I don't? And then it crits with Double Kick? Okay, just perfect. Let's try that again. I really think that I had that. Dugtrio moves first this time, hits a massive dig, and then feints to Ice Beam. But Persian finishes the job off next. Okay, so I thought that I should probably level up before this fight. I haven't used any of my rare candies yet anyways, so I decide to use 4 before trying again. Unfortunately for me, they don't help, because Giovanni just decides to fail in every way possible instead. Dugtrio fails to crit. Persian uses Screech. He uses Guard Spec on Nidoqueen. Nidoking uses Leer. Yes, it knows Leer. And finally, Rhydon gets one hit by Ice Beam. That was a truly awful showing for the final gym leader. My moveset is perfect for the final rival fight. Ice Beam takes care of Sandslash and Execute. I should have been using Body Slam against the Ninetales. I eventually figure it out. Thunderbolt deals with Cloyster, and Body Slam takes care of Kadabra and Jolteon. And then I make a mistake. In Victory Road, I accidentally fought a trainer, where I spammed a little bit too much A, and then I learned Hyper Beam by accident. So I guess it's a good thing that Blizzard exists, because I forgot Ice Beam. Anyways, maybe Hyper Beam will be useful. Well, we'll have to see. Now, how's Dragonair going to do in the league? Lorelei's first, and she has a type advantage. Dugong's snoozy though, so I figured that I could set up in safety here. But my Thunderbolt doesn't knock it out after 2 turns of agility, and then Dragonair falls because of an Aurora Beam. I use my remaining 6 rare candies and try again at level 62. I think that this would let me one-shot the Dugong with Thunderbolt, but I get a critical hit, so I don't know. Cloyster has less special, so I take it out with ease. At Slowbro, I take 1 turn to finish off my agility setup, and then I knock it out. Jinx is physically frail, so I use Hyper Beam. Of course it misses. I should have just used Body Slam. I take an Ice Punch as a result, but I survive and finish it off. Lapras is last, and Thunderbolt doesn't quite knock it out. However, it gets paralyzed and fails to move. Now, many of you like to listen to my videos while you do other things. This is honestly a great way to watch this sort of content, but it does mean that you won't get to see how this fight turns out. And it's a good thing that this video is themed around my girlfriend, because my ego really needs a boost right now. For the Agatha fight, I teach Dragonair Mimic. Normally, I choose to learn Substitute, but today I grab Lick. It's a super effective physical move, and it'll give me a little bit more PP just in case Thunderbolt isn't enough. With 2 crit licks, I knock the first Gengar out. But then Golbat decides to be a boss, survives Thunderbolt with a Sliver, and uses Toxic on Dragonair. I'm on a timer now, and I just can't deal enough damage, and Dragonair faints. So in that fight, Lick was the mistake. Substitute is clearly the better play. With it, I avoid status conditions and knock out the Gengar and Golbat. Against Haunter, things get tense because it confuses me, but Dragonair pulls through. I had just enough health to set up Substitute again, and with it I'm able to take the victory. It's time for the Dragon Master Lance. I teach Dragonair Blizzard in the place of Mimic, and I use 2 PP ups on it. I've got an answer for his entire team now. Thunderbolt for Gyarados and Blizzard for everything else. He's an easy sweep, and with that, the champion is last. And he honestly appears to be easy as well. Blizzard one-hits Sandslash, Hyper Beam with the coolest animation in the game by the way, blasts Alakazam out of existence. Executor gets frozen, no troll tactics to play against today. Thunderbolt zaps Cloyster, it hangs on, and then uses Aurora Beam. I survive, it lowers my attack though, and then Ninetales comes out. I use Hyper Beam, I wanted to get as much damage as was possible, but it does less than half. So I've got to recharge, Ninetales quick attacks, Thunderbolt doesn't do enough, and then I get confused. I hit myself once, before I finally snap out of confusion and knock it out. Jolteon is last, and I'm not in a good position to face it. I use Blizzard, it does what looks like less than half, the doggo uses quick attack, and then my second Blizzard crits. Dragonair has done it. Before we reflect on the results, there's one last battle just for fun. When I was a kid, I thought that Mewtwo couldn't actually be caught with anything except the Master Ball, but it turns out you just need to give it a status condition. Once I found this out, I'd save my Master Ball and use Ultra Balls here instead to catch it. So why is this relevant for Dragonair facing Mewtwo? Well, I have the same strategy as I did when I was catching Mewtwo as a kid. I use Ice-type moves until it's frozen. Once it's frozen, it's helpless and you can do whatever you want. Dragonair manages to defeat it on its second attempt, and as a reward, I evolve it into a Dragonite. I got a real time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 44 seconds with 8 resets. It finished the game at level 65 with a game time of 5 hours and 20 minutes. With its time and its stats, Dragonair gets a spot in the C tier of my tier list. It's honestly pretty clear to me that Game Freak wanted players to struggle to use this dragon until it reached its final form. Yes, I was actually faster through the game with Raticate, Slowpoke, and Clefairy. I'm not going to be doing any consistency tests today. I'll save that for when I use Dragonite and Dratini. Yes, both of those two will get their own playthroughs. So I'm only going to be checking off one Pokemon in my challenge decks today. Like, subscribe, ring the chime echo, and comment because I gotta read them all. Thanks to all my patrons for the support. You're the reason that I'm able to be so consistent with these releases. And if you've made it this far, you're incredible. Now it's bloopers time. Dragonair's speed is its most relevant stat with his moveset, because after cutting the opponent's speed to 1/4 with Thunder Wave, it's going to move first, and that'll allow it to trap the opponent in the... that sentence is a nightmare. Oh my gosh. I just like... It's 2 sentences as it's written, but I like... It needs to be 1 sentence, and then there's too many ideas. What am I going to do with all my Scott's thoughts? Dragonite's perfect for this strategy because the inconsistency of rap can be made up with Dragonair knocks the Geodude out with 14 PP remembering, I almost said. Dragonair has earned the Boulder Badge, and with it, I now have a 12-point... Oh my gosh. There's too many PP jokes in this Brock fight. I love it. I use Water Gun. It does a lot less than I would have thought it would. So, Water Gun really isn't great, right? So, Water Gun is really... Oh my gosh. Fail. This script is slaying me. I'm like... It's a short script, but I'm like a third in, and I've like recorded like 11 minutes of stuff. Maybe that's not that bad. I don't know. Huh. I grab the hidden full restore in the tunnel, and then I go head to head with the Pidgey Junior Trainer. Ah, come on. Pidgey lass. It's a lass. She's a lass. I'm just gonna call every junior trainer in the game a lass. My next Body Slam connects, but Raichu survives. I said that was in like bloopers a long time ago because I just can't say that word. It's like poor or poor. I don't even know. And then I face the rival in Pokemon Tower, and despite my moveset's diversity, this doesn't go as smooth as I would have. I did it again. I grabbed some vitamins. Oh no. Ice Beam and vitamins got fused together. Rattata's next. Ratatat's next, and Rattata. I can't. What is Rattata? Frittata? I don't even know. Every time I write this thing in the script, I gotta say like the rat is next. I'm gonna say that.